line. Look at that fucking line. It's in a giant J shape. Driving for Walmart sucks. I mean, it's fantastic. It pays horrible. I mean, my brother used to make $300 a day, and I'm lucky to make 50, but I don't work as hard as he does. That doesn't account for the difference, though. Okay, so we need to improve all jobs. Look at this motherfucking line, Walmart. Why is your app and your system so inefficient? It makes me want to cry. Anyway, I guess we can't listen to the radio, but we can sit and chat with horrible lighting on my face. What's it like driving for Spark? Oh, I'll interview myself. Perfect. It'll be a Q&A. I'll interview myself. Well, I can vape, and no one complains. I can sleep in, and no one complains. I can listen to my music way too effing loud, and no one complains. So, here we are. My brother worked for Spark, so I wanted to work for Spark. Why? Because he made so much money, and he seemed kind of happy when he was doing it, like it was a good job, but he also wasn't making enough money. So $300 a day isn't a livable wage? Apparently not when you have to actually pay to work, like pay for gas and pay for a new car all the time. So you need to be paying people's car payments, Walmart, or paying for us to save up for a new car with every single trip you send us on. And what I'm trying to say is your incentive programs are not nearly good enough. Also, your system doesn't work together well enough. It doesn't function well enough. Like the whole shopping and delivery thing. I'm a customer of. I like it. I promise. I like Walmart customer delivery. Or customer store delivery? Delivery. Yeah, home delivery. Home delivery. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so we sit here for all this time where we don't get paid. How long do you sit there and not get paid? A long time. Shit. Hold on a second. Actually, I'm going to get off the phone and just mark that I'm here so they know I'm waiting. Look at this. No, I won't do that. But I would really like to. So should I not sign in as here so I could get paid? You know the amount of money that you pay people for sitting and waiting is $11 an hour. That's not a livable wage. And you're already ripping them off for the 15 minutes they were sitting there not getting paid. And no, you're not paying drivers to sit in your parking lot. You're paying them for the amount of time they're driving. And it's a very narrow amount of time compared to the actual amount of time it takes to exist in a whole day working for the Walmart app. But we only get paid for a very narrow section of the day, the time when we're actually driving. But all the minutes that add up to actually take the orders to the house is the actual part that's one of the most important and crucial steps. We don't get paid for that part. If you have an asthma attack because they sent you to an apartment with 5 cases of water, or a whole bunch of beverages. Listen, people, if you use home delivery and drivers, you need to tip them. Am I the best tipper always and forever? No, I'm fucking poor. I'm a driver for Walmart. Christ almighty. Anyway. So we need drivers, jobs to be respectable positions that pay actual literal living wages and not just good enough to get by while people live at home with mom and dad or someone else pays all the bills. I don't think very many people live in the right area of the country and make $2 an hour driving. I think most people are lucky to make like $1.15 an hour per mile driving. $1.15 a mile driving. That's not a living wage. If you're not paying $2 an hour, you're not paying a living wage. In those areas where you are paying $2 a mile, they probably I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing they live in expensive areas and they should probably be paid more than $2 a mile because they do live in expensive areas. So we need to encourage a culture of more tipping at Walmart. Why? Because the essential worker craze phase is over and people don't tip anymore, or they tip a little bit and they figure Walmart pays. Walmart does not pay enough. You should unionize it. Unionizing Walmart? I don't fucking think so. They don't want that. And I'd like to keep my job, thank you. So what I propose instead is that we work on comedy. For each job. What? I think more people should be comedians. I think that I have funny thoughts. I just don't think I deliver them in a funny fashion. So if you'd like to steal my humor, by all means do so. And if you ever make any money off of it, by all means send me some one day, would you? Anyway, so more people should be going into comedy? Yes. So we can't unionize Walmart spark drivers, but if we could just have what am I trying to say here? An overarching system of teaching comedy, an overarching system of, Lewis Black. You know how Lewis Black has people who write rants for him and then he reads them? People write the rants as they rant in their own style and kind of in a Lewis Black style, and Lewis Black reads these rants, and it's a really funny thing. But what if there were anonymous rants written by people who work in industries and for companies, who could actually mock the industries and the companies, since unionizing is so impossible because Republicans and Democrats don't give a shit about people enough. Look at this fucking ridiculous line. So I'm just chatting you up while I sit in this ridiculous line. But I have gobs of ideas. So, anyway, I was explaining. They left. Fine. Well, thank you for watching the playback, you. Anyway, so an overarching system of how to teach comedy to people. So we need to be relatable to people and explain professions and industries on comedy stages. So people write in anonymously or publicly about their industry, rants, positive rants or negative rants about jobs, because adulting sucks. So we need to improve adulting for everyone. We need UBI, right? We can't do UBI. We can't afford it. Okay, the Fed can print money. The real problem is the distribution of goods in the world. We have an unequitable distribution of goods in the world. Now, some billionaires have way more zeros on their bank accounts than other people, and they don't feel empathy properly, and you can tell that because they don't work well enough for the working class. There's not enough urgency in working for the working class in America. We need people urgently working for the working class. And who do we need working for the working class constantly in America? The professional managerial class. Oh, maybe you could write something funny for me and send it to me in a comment, and I'll read it. I don't read in a funny fashion. Shit! We'd have to get funny people to read it. We should get funny people to read funny things. If only I had a friend. A YouTube friend. I need YouTube friends. Why do you need YouTube friends? I think more people need YouTube channels, and more people need to use social media. People are too afraid to use social media. You want me to get back to the idea about mocking industries via rants? Yeah, so we all need to work together to play off each other's personalities, and some people are actually really super cool. Like Jason Tatum, for example. He's super fucking cool. Anyway, I made a video about him one time. Nice hands. People like that should have way too many children. Like mega families? Yes. That is not what we were talking about. Oh, remember how we were talking about comedy? So what we need to do is teach comedy by having regular people who have genius, brilliant writer minds to write scripts for people to read who are exceptionally good at reading. This reminds me of Poppables. Poppables? What the heck is that? It was a candy. It was like little blobs. And Mariah Elizabeth, I also made blobs. I think that's a childhood thing. Did you see me wink? I have a winking problem. I'm sorry about that. Anyway. Yeah, I made blobs. They went to Phobos and what is that? Nemos? Phobos and Devos? Devos? Mars's moons. Did you hear Corey Good said there's a breakaway civilization on fucking Mars made by the Germans? It's a slave civilization. Wouldn't it be crazy if we're not alone in the universe? I definitely don't think we're alone in the universe, nor have I ever. So you actually think about this very in depth, and then you wonder, why have they not told us about the humanoids and the humans that drive other ships? Because that'll freak people out. That's why they don't tell us about the humans and the humanoids who drive the ships. Biological remains? Yes, there were organic remains of the drivers of the craft. That was it David Grush found? No, not David Grush. The U.S. military keeps dirty little secrets? Yes, and it's radically unethical to do so. They have way better technology that could change the way business and distribution of the world's goods is done, but they just let the genocide in Congo go on. And the genocide in Palestine? Yeah, the professional managerial class is totally okay with that, as long as they don't lose their jobs. They have to keep their money. Do they care if the working class have enough money? No, that's not what the professional managerial class does. They're proud they have more money than poor people. How do you know? I've checked. And do they care about living wage? Nope. They sure as hell don't care about a living wage. And does Walmart care if it gives a living wage to its employees? Not really. Is $17 an hour a living wage? Drivers don't make $17 an hour. And I've already been told that the people who work in this store, the managers don't care about the drivers. That's a huge fucking problem. I think I mentioned it to technical support. Driver support? Why would I even mention that to you? YouTube? So, if you want to be a YouTuber, you should make more lives. Why? I don't want to make lives. I want perfectly edited videos. Perfectly edited videos take a lot of effing work, but if you had a good edited intro that was impeccable, or just a little smidgen of an intro that was impeccable, in addition to a rough start. Roberto Blake always recommends rough start. And rough exits? Like abrupt? Oh yeah, abrupt. That's the word. Abrupt. What does that mean? Just like, ah! In your face and then it just starts. What? I don't know. Cat Williams got the best introduction I've ever heard anyone receive and had a fucking killer introduction on this interview that I'm completely obsessed with. Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp. Yeah, Cat Williams was on Club Shay Shay. It was awesome. I was very impressed with the interview. I love Cat Williams. I think he should hook up with too many WNBA women and have too many super awesome children that are boys. Why? I don't know. I love funny men. He's like one of the funniest men ever. I love the WNBA, even though I don't watch it. Why? Because those ladies are awesome. Have you ever seen them? Yeah, but you're short and cute and petite. Not everyone likes short, cute, petite. Some people like tall. Who? I don't know. People who like long legs, like me. And long torsos? Long torsos are cute. Do they have to be like an Ingray painting? No, they don't have to be like an Ingray painting. What is an Ingray painting? Oh, there was this artist, and he used to paint these people with these ridiculously long backs, and they looked remarkably elegant and very bourgeoisie. Ingray. Oh, do you want to learn art history with me? I guess I could teach you art history. Engraved paintings are amazing. Why? Because they exemplify people with exceptional features. The elongated back? Yeah. That's an exceptional feature. There's more room for your internal organs. What's not exceptional about that? Have you ever heard that Michael Phelps has, this is so stream of consciousness, have you ever heard that Michael Phelps has the body of a dolphin because his torso is so long and his legs are so short? What's up with that? There's gotta be more good jokes in there. Is that what it takes to be a good swimmer? An extremely long torso? Should have got my kids into swimming. Crazy torsos. Long spines. It's really cute. But some people think that shorter is cute. Why? I don't know. I'm short, so I like soft. Oh my god. This is so much wasted time, Walmart. Why would you waste your driver's time like this? 16 minutes. And I'm not even getting paid because they didn't log in and say I'm here. So how long am I going to have to wait once I actually get a parking place? Probably another 40 minutes. 15 minutes of which I won't get paid for. So I was just going to see how long it takes to sit in this line before I actually start getting paid. I have so many ideas that run through my mind all the time. I wish I had a perfect setup and a perfect home so I could have perfect backdrops for you. So the best creators have really good backdrops. Why? That's what best creators do. And what does that mean? Well, it's a lot easier to have a great backdrop if you're rich. That's obvious, is it not? It's not obvious to a lot of people. Like who? People who cluelessly make videos that express how rich they are and kind of brag about how rich they are, and they don't even realize they're doing it. So there's this whole culture of supporting the professional managerial class and the upper echelons of society, and it's a self-perpetuating cycle because they already have better videos because their backgrounds are so much better, and they have, I don't know how I can say that nicely. So there's a certain education level that comes with having hoity-toity parents. And people appreciate education? Yes, many people appreciate a quality education. Monologue? I guess this is a monologue. This is a very stream of consciousness style monologue. I hope you can handle it. Why? Well, I need to get my minutes up, and I've been thinking about becoming a comedian. I thought you were going to do that on your Greatly OnlyFans channel. Greatly OnlyFans? Oh, I have another YouTube channel. What? Grateful Maker. Oh, Grateful OnlyFans? Yeah, I figured I'd try to make a hot YouTube video channel. This video channel has been a shadow banned mess for quite some time. Thanks a lot, Joe Biden administration. I hate your guts and your leader, cis children, very suspiciously. Also, if you check me out on Raising the Choir on Instagram, you'll see Joe Biden inappropriately touch a young person. I don't know her age. She could have been 18, but he definitely didn't have consent. And Tara Reid, yeah, he didn't have consent to finger bang her. And Tara Reid herself, yeah, that was a pretty valid story. And so good old Joe is not good old Joe? Sorry, Stephanie Seymour. So Stephanie Seymour on Instagram said, just vote for good old Joe. He's not good old Joe. He's Tara Reid's sexual assaulter. So what we need is better from our celebrities. How are we going to get better from our celebrities? We've got to get academia to be raising the world better. How? By pointing out a bunch of things that are fucking rude for Democrats and liberals to say. How? By being as undefined and as ambiguous as possible while telling critical case studies. Oh, abuse survivors don't really like to talk, but lip readers. Lip readers. Yeah, it's easier to just kind of mouth the words. Don't worry, the deep state can actually read your lips, people. They have that technology. It's called eyeballs and people who are trained. What other kind of training do they have? They can pick sound levels and layers apart with ease and have been able to do so since the 50s and 60s. What is your point? We have not thought enough about what the deep state can do for us. What secrets are they keeping? And what more could they be doing for us that's ethical uses of the technology they've been developing off of our tax dollars for generations now, while not providing enough support to us? We're moving. We're moving. Look at this. One car has left, and I still haven't got paid. Walmart, are you sure that you pay your employees properly? I'm just saying. I don't think you're paying me enough to sit here right now. I'm telling you right now, the order I'm about to deliver is not paying enough. When it comes to this much sitting in line, even a $40 order is not enough pay. Because I don't get paid to sit here, and you don't pay me a living wage while I am sitting in your parking lot, which I feel like you expect to be my hobby, my unpaid hobby as a Spark driver, just sitting in your parking lot for endless hours, because you guys don't care if you're inefficient as a system. You'll just hire more drivers. And then the system will be flush with too many drivers. And all the drivers that would like to do the best freaking job possible for you leave the company because they feel so unsupported as employees at your company. So while I appreciate Walmart and Sam Walton and everything he taught, I think that Walmart has veered away from good business practices in support of quarterly profit. It's not that I have a thing against quarterly profits. Wait a second, I definitely have a thing against quarterly profits. You see, that in society is leading to very bad outcomes in people's lives. Plus, the fourth quarter obsession with Christmas is not spread out enough throughout the year. People are spending all their disposable income on Christmas, and we need a UBI throughout the year. So I think we should have an Xmas in June. An Xmas in June? Yeah, to celebrate Malcolm X as part of a 2-week vacation. What? Reparations? Yeah, I think we need an Office of African American Reparations, and African Americans should have off 2 weeks a year paid as part of reparations. Why? Because we don't value vacations enough in this country, and I can think of a lot of people who need a lot more vacations in their lives. People used to be able to afford 1 week a year, one vacation a year. That's what Marianne Williamson says. That's not good enough, Marianne Williamson. We need to be able to afford 4 vacations and 8 to 12 weekend trips a year. That's what the professional managerial class wants, and that's what the working class wants. That's what the poor want. They want more fucking vacations in their lives. And not only vacations, they just want more money and nicer things in general. So we need to bring back American manufacturing. Plus, we need to bring back construction. Why? Because we need an FDR-style world. The materials in the world aren't that good. We'll stop producing disposable stuff for the quarterly profit phenomenon that's failing the world, failing the country, failing business around the world, and failing people around the world. So the obsession with short-term quarterly profits is failing people? That's what I'm saying here. And you said Walmart should be a nonprofit. At least in part. It should be just, like the Peace Corps. Why? Because we need better distribution of goods in the world, and I can't think of any better way to say it. If you can think of a better way to say what I'm trying to hint at here, then go ahead. So we need to work on what dissertations need to be written for the world to improve the world? Yes. I have an Instagram account. It's called Grateful Academia. We need to bring the world together. Why? Because I said so. That's why. Because we want world peace. Silly. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be pejorative with you. Walmart, I think you also need to give, what's it called? Oh, Walmart. You need to give grocery delivery for free to your drivers. What are you thinking? We're so busy trying to plan our entire lives around your app that you should probably be considerate enough to give us grocery delivery at least once a week for free. Or at least let us pick up our order at the same time we're picking up another order and have a way to do that in the app. And then send us our direction. You need like dispatch. You need like an artificial intelligence dispatch that doesn't send me a town away in gobs of traffic, only to have me drive back in gobs of traffic just to drop off the big order second and then not make it in time because of all the traffic and how far apart the two houses were. You see, orders like that could in theory work, but you would actually have to have artificial intelligence notice the traffic patterns. So artificial intelligence should be used to notice the flaws in systems. So yeah, comedy should be used to notice the flaws in systems. The flaws in systems. That's what the flaws in systems look like. There's a lot of flaws in systems. You could just pluck at them and then find them. Sabby Sabs is live. Max Blumenthal versus Robbie. Ooh, that sounds fun. Go watch Sabby's House. I love Sabby's House. If you guys have not subscribed to Sabrina Salvati, you definitely should. And Black Home Educators on Instagram. She's on YouTube too. Black Home Educators. Love her. A lot. Anyway. So what if we had an African American CIA? I know we shouldn't be segregationists, and I know. What if we had an African CIA? What if we gave all the intelligence agency titles that America has and made separate agencies? Sorry, I've been watching Africa Stream. Have you watched Africa Stream on Instagram? Do you care about Africa? You should follow Africa Stream. Anyway, just give them the model for our programs, like an African CIA. And then let them be comedians. Why would the CIA be comedians? We need to change the world. But don't we need to get to the good secrets like time travel and not bilocation, what is it? Bilocating? Jumping? Teleportation. That's it. What do spacecrafts use to travel through space? Teleportation. Oh, you can't say that. That's not real. Sorry. That's not real. Just for the record. Teleportation isn't real? No. Star Trek the show was real. And it pointed to nothing real ever in the secret space program. And the secret space program is not real and never existed. That's why they put a triangle craft boldly on the Space Force flag without even hesitating. A triangular craft? You mean an anti-gravitic zero-point energy craft? I mean, I don't know what the fuck it was. It was a triangle craft, and most triangle craft I've ever seen are zero-point energy propelled, and wait a second. I don't think I've ever seen a triangle craft. Wait, no, I've seen video of them. They look like triangles? The Phoenix Lights? Oh, I remember all the realness on the news and all the Arizona residents who actually spoke very honestly on the news. And then the governor acted like a total fucking white supremacist prick who was like, no, you can't handle the truth. And then laughed at America in their fucking faces. Way to go, Arizona. Can you vote for Dr. Jill Stein next time? I mean, this time, yeah, Trump is a sexual assaulter. Joe Biden is also a sexual assaulter. Who's a worse sexual assaulter? Who's a worse racist? The world may never know. Do you think Trump's a worse sexual assaulter? And that's good enough reason to vote for Joe? It's not. What's up with Israel and child predators? What? I thought Donald Trump was supposed to be fighting child predators. Israel doesn't fight child predators. It tries to send them to America. And legalize it? Where did you hear that conspiracy theory? That's not a conspiracy theory, and I'm not telling you. Fine, I'll show you later if I remember. I probably won't remember. I need like 15 personal assistants. You know how many people need like 15 personal assistants? A lot of people. I'd settle for one. I don't make enough money for that. Shit. You know how it takes a village to raise a kid? Adulting sucks so bad. We need to change it so it takes a village to raise an adult. And adults work better together to take care of adults. Why? Because evangelicals don't give a shit once you have the baby. Fuck you. And fuck your kid if they need fucking entitlement programs. And fuck you if you don't think there's enough dollars in circulation. Or you think we should have a UBI for all because there's not enough dollars in circulation and there haven't been enough dollars in circulation. And white people want to say there's not white privilege because they're confused because they're poor. They think they didn't experience white privilege, and that's not how it is. White privilege is an all-encompassing thing, and it affects your entire life, not just your pocketbook. Maybe you shouldn't hate education so much. What? I'm just saying some people, poor people, hate educated people, and I find that deplorable. Are you calling people who hate education deplorables? No, that would be too Hillary Clinton of me. Well, who was Hillary Clinton talking about? People who are not feminist minded? Is Hillary Clinton a warmonger? Yes. How do you know that? Women can be warmongers as well. Why do you know that? Well, it took me a long time to figure it out, but thank you. I got a little bit of the Wonder White bread out of me and figured out that Nikki Haley is a warmonger. She's not going to dupe people. Nikki Haley's a warmonger. Yeah, Nikki Haley's a warmonger. You can't say Nikki Haley's a warmonger. You're never going to get points for that. Points? You mean views? Yeah, YouTube won't let you get views for that. Fine, I'll just bury it in this video. 33 minutes in. 33, 32, 32. I love, what is it? What are the numbers? Repeating numbers. I love repeating numbers. It was good. Do you love 1111 and 333 and 444 and 555? Did you make a wish? I wish for world peace. Why? Isn't that what all the beauty queens used to wish for world peace? All beauty queens used to wish for world peace. Yeah, and people would write it off like it's some kind of joke. Ugh. I joined Tinder. Scary. Don't all those dudes just want to get laid? Mostly. What's up with dudes these days? They're all a bunch of whores. That's biological. It's testosterone plus they're full nuts. Why? 333. Aren't you glad you know now? I've been waiting here for 33 minutes. Nearly 34. 33, 33. Did I say it wrong? No, I said it wrong. Anyway, I doubt myself and what I said. And I have a southern accent. Why do you have a southern accent? You're from the Midwest. I am from the Midwest. Why? I don't know. Is Illinois and Indiana, are those really the real Midwest? Are they? So you're a FIP. What does that mean? I'm a friendly Illinois person. Friendly? I thought that was a racist term from your hometown. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody used to be racist and not integrated. Moving costs a lot of money. But you think we should have more Ruby Bridges stories? First of all, yes. There's only one Ruby Bridges. Right. But there were so many other people who also experienced a rough time in school. Like who? Mixed kids, adopted kids that went to white schools, people like that. So we need to define lists better. What? Yeah, lists. Why? There's just not enough lists. Everyone just says etc. and it defaults to just figure it out. But we need to figure out all of people's problems. What? Yeah, counselors need to be sociologists and psychologists. And millennial counselors just don't get the job done. And so I've been turned off from therapy forever. Why? Because I'm not into goal setting? Why? Because I'm into Allah. What? I just think there's a better name for God. What? You empathize with Islam? It's a beautiful religion. I've checked. How do you know? I know. Any more questions? This is a long ass wait. So I literally started doing this just to show you how long it takes to wait at Walmart and prove to you how much drivers actually should be getting paid way more, like an actual living wage, because you eat up our time, Walmart. You eat up all our time, and you think that it's fine to have us just hanging out in the Walmart parking lot like it's a hobby, not getting paid for it. What am I supposed to do when there's a line this long? Look behind me. These are people who are not in line waiting to get their order while being in line to get their order. This is ridiculous. There are places on the other side of the store. All of these parking places could be for pickup on this side of the store for when the store is like this. Like, if there's a line, don't park here. It's reserved. Why? More people should be shopping at Walmart. Why? Why would you support Walmart instead of mom and pop shops? I think the whole world needs to be entrepreneurs, honestly. We should encourage everyone to be entrepreneurs, but we need a UBI to help get us started. Why? Because running a business is a very, 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 very expensive hobby. You're saying side hustles are expensive? Yes, side hustles are too expensive for professional managerial class. And people who are trying to get themselves out of poverty really struggle to create and maintain their businesses, especially since, COVID wrecked our fucking lives. What? So COVID ruined your marriage and your business? Yes. Any more questions? Write them in the comments. I'm not mad at you. I'm just frustrated. Which is bound to happen sitting in a line this long. I should be crocheting. Oh, I don't have scissors. I need to get scissors. I need a notebook. I should shop for Walmart. I'm sitting at Walmart. But I can't do that because I only have my phone. I need another phone. Why? I can do Super Live and YouTube Live at the same time. Oh shit, my phone's not charged. I don't know if I'm going to be able to charge it with it sitting up at once. I really wanted to see how long this wait was going to be, though. So I figured I'd time it on here. Now, what did I say it needed? Scissors. Why do I always need scissors? I think we should have more scissors in the world. I think they're a very fine collectible. Scissors are a fine collectible. I don't know. I like to have scissors. People steal my scissors. I'm like, oh, she's got so many pairs of scissors. She doesn't need this. Nobody needs this many pairs of scissors. And then I can't find my effing scissors when I need them. Why? People stole them because they can't figure out why I need that many pairs of scissors. Pairs of scissors. Pair of scissors. Old people used to say pair of. What? Oh, we need to record the history of America. Record the history of America? Mm-hmm. Why? There was this thing, we used to think of it as real America. Back in the 70s and 80s, yeah, it was too racist, but it was real America. And real America was too racist? Yeah, it still is too racist. How can you tell? The wage gap and the fucking Georgia. You think there's a problem with Georgia giving money to African American women starting businesses? If that's not white fragility, I don't know what the fuck is white men in Georgia. Georgia, can you vote for Dr. Jill Stein? There's too many racists in your state, and it's extremely offensive. And if you're offended by that, you can read White Fragility and get more offended. People hate that book. People love that book. Okay, it's a real phenomenon, whether you like it or not. White fragility is cyclical. Why? Because white people enforce white fragility. Why? That's what was done to them. That's what they do to other people. Why did you say they and other white people? Because I'm mixed, goddammit. You don't look mixed, you look white. Okay. That's probably where I got my gap in my teeth. It's probably my white side. This is where I got my kitchen sink. You remember when Oprah had all those people on? Who? There were a bunch of white people, and they figured out like 1 in 11 white people was mixed with a little bit African American. And you're one of those people? According to family lore, absolutely. And appearance, that too. How can you tell? I really hate when people doubt my blackness. So your kids are one-droppers. People don't even know what one-dropper means. Yes, we need African-American education in schools. People don't even know what one-droppers mean. And let me guess, they don't know what the 3/5 clause. Oh, but the 14th Amendment outlawed it. Yeah, but those founding fathers were still racist as fuck. It's time for a new constitution and a world constitution. Why would we need a world constitution? For human rights' sake. For human rights' sake? Yeah, people need more human rights. Why? Because free Wi-Fi should be a human right for everyone. And phone bills and technology should be affordable. And so we shouldn't be designing for short-term quarterly profits, because the resources of the world and the time spent manufacturing goods is valuable, and we don't need to be filling up landfills excessively. So we need to end short-term quarterly profits being the goal of corporations, and the goal of corporations needs to be to, what's it called? Support the working class, support the poorest, benefit the good of all. Benefit the good of all. Why would you care about the good of all? Because I care about people. Why? You don't care about people? Were you an evangelical who fucking doesn't believe in birth control? I mean, I don't like birth control, but what the fuck are you thinking? People who don't want kids should not have kids. People who are exceptionally gorgeous and exceptionally tall should have kids, because women love giant. What? And what about men? What do they get? Hey, I love great teeth and they too. They're cute. Are you sure? I'm sort of sure. Definitely straight though, if that's what you're wondering. I'm so glad I'm almost done waiting in this line, not getting paid. So go back to the point you were making about comedy. So every industry should have writers. Yes, like people should actually complain about their jobs to comedy writers anonymously. And then comedians can actually out businesses for being either terrible or wonderful, and more people should work more jobs. Why? Because workers should be working businesses harder than businesses are working workers. What? We need to get corporations to stop taking advantage of people. Adulting sucks and people are sick of it. 4444. It's a good time to say that. Anyway, So adults who have degrees and who are educated, yes. And the professional managerial working class, yes, we need to define what PMCs means so that we can use it more broadly across society so more people can actually harp on the professional managerial class for being wusses when it comes to advocating for poor people online and people with lesser intelligence. You see, there's one thing my mom always taught me was to advocate for myself. She didn't necessarily raise me to do absolutely everything perfectly. She was definitely a fun mom. And if she had a better budget, she would have done things better, like every other mom in existence. But she did teach me to advocate for myself, and I figured out she made me like return something to Kmart one time, and I did not want to return it, but she made me return it anyway. And I did not want to talk to people. And it was a valuable lesson she taught me. It was a teachable moment, and I went through it, and I hated it, but I made it through, and the store listened to me. She made me make the business listen to me. She made me make the store listen to me. And that's what more people need to do to boss around corporations. We need people in a choir coaxing corporations to work better for all people, to stop working for quarterly profits entirely and work for the good of all entirely, consistently, constantly. Seriously? Yes, that's a need. That's not a want. It's part of world peace. So put it on the to-do list. What to-do list? The world peace, getting things done to-do list. We need to get the professional managerial class working to advocate for their patients. I mean, doctors need to advocate for patients. And if they really want to advocate for mental health, they probably shouldn't force them to lie to get them to leave the hospital. Ideation doesn't go away that fast, people. But you sure as hell fucking force people to lie to get out of the hospital now, don't you? And then you wonder why you have a mental health crisis in America, you stupid idiots. We see what's going on the news. Do you know how much fucking pharmaceuticals there's Palestinians? What are Congo people from the Congo called? And people from the Congo? Do you know how much pharmaceuticals they need to deal with their post-traumatic stress disorder that they're all getting? We're just dishing out post-traumatic stress disorder by the truckloads in this fucking world, on this earth. We need to stop it. Stop making adulting suck. And you know how we need to do that? We need to talk to corporations like they're the fucking people they pretend to be when they're lobbying to get the government to give them handouts and not allow them to pay their taxes and allow them not to pay their taxes. We need lobbyists that work for the people of America. How can you be a citizen lobbyist? Like a citizen journalist? Is that a thing? A citizen lobbyist. That should be a concept. We should get citizen lobbyists to work on behalf of the people, for the people, all day, every day. And Navy SEALs don't sleep, so why the fuck should you? I'm kidding, sleep. Sleep is good for you. But I read that book by that Navy SEAL, or at least most of it, that one time. So I don't get all strung out when my fucking insomnia kicks in. Beat up on myself for it. I just stay awake and try to work on stuff. So we need to learn to be more forgiving of content creators and judge people by the broader whole of their work rather than one little thing they do at a time. And we need more people feeling free and comfortable to comment on social media ethically and responsibly. 49 minutes sitting in line when they could just make the other parking lot. The line is slowly dying. They could just make extra parking places. And they could actually pay us a living wage that makes up for the fact that we waited for 15 minutes, plus pays us going forward a living wage, because you're eating into our living wage by only paying us a minimal amount during our wait times. And you don't pay us for the drive home or the drive to the store or the drive back to the store nearly enough. I understand if you, Walmart, feel like you need the free ride to the store, the free drive to the store, once during the day and the free ride home at the end of the day. Like, you don't want to pay $5 for that. But I hear you used to pay $5 for the return trip. That's an important thing you stop doing that's rather unethical, Walmart. And so my point is, Sam Walton wasn't always ethical about everything, but he was remarkably ethical in lowering the prices of goods. And now we need to actually keep lower prices on goods and raise the wages of the drivers. Now remember, I'm at the store where I was told that the people inside the store don't care about the drivers, especially if the drivers have to wait. So if drivers have to wait for a long time, you should probably know that the drivers do actually care, and you're losing the best Americans who could provide the most support to your business by not paying well and by having horrible customer support or driver support for your drivers on the phone and in chat. You see, there's so much repetition, and there's just this huge culture of just hanging up on the phone or just exiting the chat entirely too soon. And I actually have to beg them to stop doing that. Like every time I talk to them, and every time I have a problem with my order, I have to explain everything to Walmart like 4 or 5 times. Why? Because that's how bad the customer support, the driver support is. The driver support hotline is that bad? Yes. Some people don't care that the driver support is that bad. I'm not one of them. Alright, I need a parking place so bad. I think someone just cut in line. They didn't realize there was a line. Sucks. This is taking so long. 52 minutes. So even if I did wait 15 minutes and get paid, in theory, for sitting here, but I wasn't in a parking place yet, so I wasn't technically waiting yet. You need more parking places, and you need to pay drivers a living wage for sitting in your parking lot. It's not a hobby. It's not a fun hobby. I've slept in those parking lots many times. I was homeless. We need to improve the world. Thank you. I need to get off the phone now. I'm just going to treat this like a call. I think I'm actually going to get a place to park. Alright. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching all the time. Remember to make great outros and great intros. But more importantly, just make freaking videos. Use social media. Turn on the charm. Use your eyes. Smize. Bye. I'm getting a parking place. Yay! Alright, I'm going to log off to log in. I need another phone. I wish I made enough money to have another phone line. I need more internet in my life.